everyone, welcome to ACE Online, and in this particular video we are just going to discuss few questions of General Aptitude for the examination of IIIT Hyderabad PGEE 2025. As we know that this exam is going to be held in the few coming days, so let's see what kind of questions we need to prepare for our examination and how we are going to approach them. So let's start with the very first one, and here this question is from the concept of reasoning, and the question is saying that pick the odd one from the following options. So we know that whenever we are having any of the question from the concept of odd one out, what we need to do, we need to focus on the formation of groups, right? So in this one, what we are going to do, we are just going to take the help of the associated numbers, and accordingly we will just check whether they are able to create a group or not. So if we see in the option number 1, here we are having C. C is associated with 3, A is associated with 1, D is associated with 4, B is associated with 2, E is associated with 5, right? So here what we are having, the pattern that we are having is 1, 2, 3, 4 and the 5. So first we are going towards the left, and after that we are moving towards the right consecutively. If we check the option number B, here we are having J10, H8, K11, I9, L12. So again, the pattern that we are getting is here first we are moving towards the right and then we are moving towards the left. So here we are getting the same pattern, right? The next one, in option number C, what we are having over here X24, V22, here we are having 25, W23 and Z26. If you will see here, the same pattern we are getting here. First we are going towards the right and then we are going towards the left, then again we are moving towards the right. So here if you will see, in first three options we are getting the same pattern, so we can say that here these three options are creating a group. Now if we will check the same option over here, so we can say that here what we are having O15, N14, P16, M13, Q17. Here if we will see what we are doing, first we are moving towards the left, and in the rest option what we are doing, we are moving towards the right. So here because of this we can say that this option is not belongs to this particular group, and here the odd one out is your option number D, right? This one is a very easy one. Let's move towards the next question, and here the next question is from the concept of number series. The question is saying that look at the series, and here the number that we are having over here is 8, 6, 9, 23, 87 and question mark, or we can say that the number that we need to find. What number should become next? So here we know that whenever we are having this kind of question, we just simply need to determine the pattern, and after that only we can just able to get our number, right? So here the numbers that we are having is 8, 6, 9, 23, 87. Here if we will see the pattern carefully, we got to know that initially the number is decreasing and then continuously increasing. So if I want to create my number 6 from 8, so what we can do, we can just simply subtract 2 from it. But here if I go further, here I have to add 3, and here the difference in between the terms will become a little huge. That means the simple addition pattern is not working over here. That means we need to change our approach. So if we are going to change our approach, so how we are going to attempt that? So instead of following this particular pattern, what we are going to do, we are just going to write down numbers like this. Here we are having 8, 6, 9 and 23, right? So if I want to convert my 8 into 6, what I can do, I can just simply multiply it by 1 and subtract 2 from it. I'm just using the combination of mathematical operations just to get my answer, right? Now if I want to convert my 6 into 9, what I can do, I can just simply multiply it by 2, I'll get 12, and if I subtract the number 3 from it, I'll get 9. So what I'm doing, I'm just continuously increasing the multiplication number, as well as at the same time I'm also increasing my subtraction number, right? Now if I want to convert my 9 into 23, what I can do, I can just simply multiply it by 3. 9 into 3, that we all know that that is nothing but the 27, and if we subtract 4 from it, we will get 23, right? Next, here what we are going to write here, the number is going to increase, that means we need to write 4, and again we need to subtract 5 from it, and ultimately we will get 87. Because if we multiply it, what we are getting over here is a 92, and 92 minus 5, that is nothing but 87, right? Now the next number that we need to figure out is what we need to do. We need to multiply it by 5, and we have to subtract 6 from it. And when we multiply 87 by 5, what we are getting? We are getting 35, and the 3 carry forward, 43. And 43 minus 6, here what we are getting? We are getting 429. Are we having this options in our options? Yes, we are having this particular number in our options. That means your option number D is the correct one. So basically, whenever we are having any of the question from the concept of number series, or maybe the wrong number, what we need to do? We just simply need to identify the pattern first, and after that we can easily able to get the answer. Let's move further and let's talk about the next question that we are having. So the next question is saying that in a certain code, this is written as this one. How is this is written in that particular code? Again, we know that whenever we do have these kind of questions, what we need to do, we just simply need to determine the what is the logic or the code used behind it, and accordingly we need to check the second one. So here we are having I, M, T, I, T, J, U. This is converted as T, M, I, U, J, T. While I am writing this particular number, I got to know that basically I am using the same alphabets again. The only thing that I observed over here we are having this particular pattern. Here what we are having? We are having this particular pattern, 2 cross, and the middle alphabet will remain at the same position. Now we will just copy the same pattern over here just to get our answer. So here we are having T, E, M, R, E, M, P, right? Now how we are going to write this? We are just going to write this as M, E, T. So my answer should be start with M, E, T, M, E, T, M, E, T. So this option is eliminated and this option is also eliminated. The next, or we can say the middle letter will remain at their position. Here we are having P, M, E. The next one is P, M, E. P, M, E. That means our option number B is the correct one. Our option number B is the correct one. This is a very easy, right? Now let's move further, and the next question is from the concept of blood relation. So the question is saying that if X dollar Y means X is a father of Y, X hash Y means X is a mother of Y, X cross Y means X is a sister of Y, then how is D related to N in this particular relationship? Now we know that whenever we are having this kind of question, what we need to do, we just simply need to pick 2 elements or 2 entities at a time, and we need to perform the actions accordingly. So first we will draw this one. Here the symbol that we are having is hash. That means here we need to use this relationship. And this relation says that X is a mother of Y. That means N is a mother of A. N is a mother of A. Right? The next one is A dollar B. Here the next operation that we need to apply over here is of dollar, and dollar means that X is a father of Y. That means A is a father of B. Right? We just simply need to take care of the generation gaps as well as the genders and the relations that we are having over here. The next one over here is cross. Cross means X is a sister of Y. That means B is a sister of D. Right? Here we can see that the gender of D is not determined. Now what relation we need to identify? We need to identify then how is D related to N. Are we having any information related to the gender of D? No. So can we say that D is a granddaughter or grandson? No. It may be grandson or granddaughter, but we are not sure. So in such case, we are just going with option number D, which says that cannot be determined. That means over here, we are not able to determine which is the correct answer. If we are having option like this, option number E, either option number B or C, then in such case we are just going to click our option number A, right? Next, let's move further. The next question says that consider statements to be true and check which conclusion logically follows. So basically this question is from the concept of syllogisms, and here we are having few statements and accordingly we need to check the few conclusions whether they are following these particular statements or not. So the statement is saying that some cars are jeep, all the boxes are jeeps, all the pens are cars. So first what we need to do, first we need to draw the basic diagram, and accordingly we just simply need to check whether the conclusions are correct or not. So some cars are jeep, some cars are jeep. The next one, all the boxes are jeep. So here I can make my boxes like this. All the papers are cars, all the pens are cars. So here I am having pen. So this is my basic diagram, and according to this what I need to do, I just simply need to check my conclusions whether they are following this or not. The first one, some cars are boxes. Can we say that some cars are boxes? No, as we are not having any direct or indirect relation over here, so we are not able to determine whether this one is true or not. So we are just going to consider this in the can't say condition, right? Next, no pen is jeep. No pen is jeep. Can we say anything regarding this one? No, as again we are not having any direct or indirect relation over here. So this one is also considered as a can't say condition. Next, some boxes are car. Some boxes are car. Again, are we having any direct or indirect relation? Maybe they are related or maybe they are not. So when we are having the words like maybe, that means it is considered in the can't say condition. So all the conclusions which is present over here are considered in the can't say condition, and that's why option number A is the correct one. That's why option number A is the correct one. Next. The next question says that the cost of 10 kg of apples is equal to the cost of 24 kgs of rice. The cost of 6 kgs of flour equals to the cost of 2 kgs of rice. The cost of each kg of flour is rupees 20.50. Find the total cost of 4 kgs of apple, 3 kg of rice and 5 kg of flour. So basically what we are having relation in between the entities. So first we need to convert all the entities into the single one, and with the help of that we can easily able to identify our answer. So here what we can assume, that the cost of 1 kg apple is A. So we can say that here 10A. What I am doing, I am just assuming that the cost of 1 kg apple is A only, right? Which is equal to the 24 kgs of rice. And I am just assuming that the cost of 1 kg of rice is R, right? Okay. The next relation that we are having over here is the 6 kg of flour is equal to the cost of 2 kgs of rice. That means 6F. Again, I am just assuming that the cost of 1 kg flour is given as F and 6 kg flour is 6F. Is nothing but equal to the 2R, right? From this one, can we simplify these particular relation? Yes, here we can write that 5A is equals to 12R. I just simplified, or we can say we just simply eliminated it with the help of 2, and we can write it like this. Over here we can say that 3F is equals to R, right? The cost of 6 kg flour equals to the cost of 2 kg of rice, right? Okay, now the cost of each kg of flour is 20.50. That means 1 kg flour is equals to 20.50 rupees, right? So from this one, can we able to determine the cost of rice and further? Yes, as we can just simply put the value of F over here just to get the price of rice. So we can say that the price of rice or the value of R can be determined by 3 into 20.50. Here, what price we are getting over here? Here we are getting 0, 15 and the 1 is carry forward. So 1, and here we are getting 61 rupees and the 50 paisa. This is the cost of 1 kg of rice. Here 1 kg of rice, right? Now with the help of this 1 kg of rice, what we can do, we can just simply able to determine the cost of the apples. So apple is nothing but 12 by 5 r, right? Now you are having the value of r and you can just simply substitute it. So the cost of apple is nothing but 12 by 5, and here we can write it as 61.50, right? This is the thing that we are having over here. Now what you can do, or you can also write 3 into 20.50 if you can easily able to eliminate it, right? So instead of this, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to write it like 3 into 20.50. Why I'm writing it like this? Because now I can easily able to eliminate it with the help of 5. So here we are getting 4.1, right? Now 4.1, that means 12 into, here what we are having, we are having 12.3. So this is nothing but 144, and over here that means 147.6 something, right? This is the approximate value. I'm not having the exact value. This is the approximate value that we are having over here. Now what we need to do, we need to find out the total cost of 4 kgs of apple, 3 kgs of rice, and 5 kgs of flour. Again, it's a very easy one. Now we are having the individual values and we just simply need to substitute it. So 4 kgs of apple, the value of 1 kg apple is 147.6, plus 3 kgs of rice, that means 61.50, plus 5 kgs of flour, that means 20.50, right? All you need to do is you just simply need to solve this, and ultimately you will get your answer, right? Ultimately you will get your answer. So basically what you need to do, you just simply need to simplify it and let me know what answer you are getting in the comment section, right? Next, the next question says that how many 4-digit numbers can be formed with the 10 digits 0 to 9 if no number can start with 0 and if repetition is not allowed? Now we know that if we are having a, or if we want to create a 4-digit number, so this number shouldn't be 0. If we put 0 over here, then it will become 3-digit number. So how many digits we are having? We are having 10 digits, and out of that the condition says that we can't put 0 over here. So how many choices we are having for this position, for the 1000th position? We are having 9 choices. How many choices we are having? We are having 9 choices for this particular position. Okay, for the next one, now for this position we can use any of the number apart from the number which I have used over here. I can use 0, yes, I can use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, I can use all these numbers. But if I used 1 over here, that means I can't use 1 over here. If I use 2 over here, that means I can't use 2 over here. So apart from these all 10 digits, I can only having 9 options for this particular position, as 1 digit is already used over here. So for this also I am having how many choices? 9 choices. Now out of 10, how many options we have, or how many digits we have used for this one? 1 or 2. So how many choices we are left with? We are left with 8 choices, and for this one we are left with 7 choices, as we are not going to repeat the digits. Now just to create the numbers, we require all the digits over here. So the number, or we can say the 4-digit numbers that we can have over here is 9 cross 9 cross 8 cross 7. So what you can do, as we are having all the unit digit difference, so we can just work on the unit digit value. So 9 into 9, that is 81, right? 81, and 1 into 8, that is 8. 8 into 7, that is nothing but 56. So at the unit place I want 6 in my answer. That means option number B is the correct one, because this is the only option in which the 6 is present. This is the only option in which 6 is present, right? So these are the few ways through which you can just simply cross check your answer, as well as you can determine the answers quickly, right? Next. Okay, so the next question is from the concept of Venn diagram, and the question is saying that 40 students watched film A, B, and C over a week. Each student watch either only one film or all three. 13 students watched film A, 16 students watched film B, and 19 students watched film C. How many students watched all the three films? This is a very easy one. All we need to do is first, if we can easily able to draw the Venn diagram based on it, then we can easily able to solve it. So as we are having three films over here, so we can just simply draw three circles. We can just simply draw three circles over here, right? So we can just simply write, this is my film A, this is my film B, and this is my film C. So the question is saying that the students are either watching only one film or all three. That means this category doesn't exist. This category doesn't exist. So we can say that here what we need to do, we need to determine how many students are going to watch all the three movies. Basically, we want to determine this one. Now the question is also saying that 13 students watched film A. That means this complete segment belonged from 13 students, right? 16 watched film B. That means this complete segment is belonged from these 16 students, and this particular segment is of 19 students. So if we want to write down how many students who only watched film A or film B or film C. So here if I'm going to consider this value as X, if I'm going to consider this value X, that means only A, or you can just write over here, only A will become 13 minus X, right? Only B, the students who watched only movie B, they will become 16 minus x, and for only C we are having 19 minus x. But overall the condition is saying that how many students we are having 40 students, so we can say that it should be equal to 13 minus x plus 16 minus x plus 19 minus x. We just simply added the separate portion, these separate portion. Now what we need to do, we also need to add this portion, as these three portions doesn't exist. So we just simply need to add x over here, and this value should be equal to 40, right? Now how many x's we are having minus 3x and plus 1x. That means overall we are left with 2 minus x. Here we are having 3 and 6, 9, 9 and 18, and the 1 is carried forward, 48 minus 2x is equals to 40, and ultimately 2x is equals to 8. That means the value of x that we are having over here is 4. That means we are having 4 students who watched all three movies. Option number C is the correct one. Option number C is the correct one, right? Next, let's move further, and the next question is from the concept of ranking and ordering, and the question is saying that in a row of 16 boys, when Prakash was shifted 2 places towards the left, he becomes 7th from the left end. Okay. What was his earlier position from the right end of the row? This one is a very easy one. We know that if we are having the left right combination, that means we are having a horizontal arrangement. So this is the left one and this is the right one, right? Now the question is saying that let's suppose this is the initial position of Prakash. This is the initial position of Prakash, right? Now the question is saying that, sorry, when Prakash was shifted by the 2 places toward the left, okay? So one position and the 2 position. Now this is the new position of Prakash. This is the new position of Prakash. And this position is nothing but this is the 7th position from the left. This is the 7th position from the left. So we can say that if this is the 7th position, that means earlier Prakash was at the 9th position from the left. 9th position from the left. And overall how many boys we are having? We are having 16 boys. Now question is asking what was his earlier position from the right end of the row. Now, in such scenario, we know that total number of boys minus the position that we are having plus 1. So, what number we are getting? We are getting 7 over here. 7 plus 1, that means 8th position from the right. 8th from the right. This is the earlier position. This is the earlier position. Are we having this in our options? Yes, option number D is the correct one. Simply, we just simply need to use the basics of the topics and we can easily able to solve the questions. Next. The next question is saying that a number is divided into two parts in the ratio of 5:6 respectively. The sum of the 60% of the first part and 50% of the second part is 84. If both parts are increased by 10, then what will be the respective ratio between the sum of old numbers and the new numbers? So here we are having some number which is divided into two parts. So we will just simply go step by step, right? Okay. So here we are having two numbers and the ratio which is given over here is 5:6. Okay, 5:6. Now the question is saying that what we are doing over here, we are taking the sum of the 60 part of the first number, 60 part. That means 3 by 5. If 3 by 5, that means we are taking 3 parts of it, right? We are only taking 3 part, and as we are taking the number over here, so I'm just taking 3x, right? As we can write 60% as 3 by 5 in the fraction, right? Right? So if I'm having 5x and I'm taking 3 by 5th part of it, ultimately I'm having 3x. That's what I have written over here. Now the further part says that and 50% of the second part. If we are taking the 50%, that means again we are taking the 3x. And ultimately the question is saying that the sum of these parts is equal to the 84. Is equal to the 84. That means 6x is equal to 84. The value that we are getting over here is 14. The value of x that we are getting over here is 14. Now, what is the next further thing that we need to do is if both parts are increased by 10. So, first we need to determine the value. So, the first number that we are having over here is nothing but the 70. And here, this is nothing but the 84. Initially, the sum is nothing but 150. The sum is 150. This is our initial sum, or we can say the old sum. Now the question is saying that the both our numbers are in by 10. That means this number will become 80, right? This number will become 80 and this number will become 90, right? And when I add these two, ultimately what answer we are getting? We are getting 170, right? We are getting 174. This is the new sum the new sum, right? Now, what we need to do? We need to find out the ratio of the old sum and the new. So basically, 154, the ratio 170. I guess we can eliminate it with the help of 11 over here, right? So no, we can eliminate it with help of here we are getting 7 and here we are getting 7. Are we having this? Yes, option number. Yeah, that means uh, the correct one. Option number the correct one. The very next. The next question says that the diagonal of the rectangle of length 24 centimeter and breadth is equal to the side of the rhombus. The parameter of the rectangle is what percent of the parameter? Very easy. And if you know the basic formulas, then you easily able to solve. So basically, if we are having rectangle like this, we are having rectangle, and let's suppose diagonal of the rectangle. So the question is trying to say that if in such scenario, then this will become our rhombus. Then this will become our rhombus, right? Now the question is that the sides are 7 and the 24. If you know the triplets, then you can easily say that this is not, but this is 5 centimeters, right? If you know the triplet. But if you don't know, then you can use the Pythagorean. Well, because the formula of the diagonal angles is that it is nothing but the length square plus breadth square and the whole square root. Once you will put the value over here, the value of diagonal that you will get over here is centimeter, which is nothing but also equal to the side of rhombus, right? Now the question is saying that now we need to deal with the parameter. The parameter of rectangle is nothing but 2 into length plus breadth. So here, what is the length? Here we are having 2 plus 7. So basically, here we are having 231. Here we are having 6 centimeters, right? Here what we are having? We are having centimeter as a parameter. Now, similarly, we also need to find out the parameter of rhombus. Parameter rhombus, which is nothing but equal to the 4 the side. And side is nothing but equal to the 25 cent. That means 4 into 5. That means the parameter of rhombus is 100 cent. Now we need to find out the percentage. So the percent nothing but 62, the parameter angle divided by the parameter of rhombus, and that means the answer is at 60%. The answer is at 60% option number. Huh? So we just simply need to follow the instructions given in the accordingly answer. Next one. The next question says that A plus B to the ratio B plus C to the ratio C plus A is equal to the 5 ratio 7. 2A minus 3B plus 4 6. Then we need 4A plus 2C. How we are going to do? As we know that here we are having 3 and the difference is if we do convert all the variables and accordingly we can easily get the answer. So here we can say that what we are going to do, we are just going to convert these ratios into the values. So here we can say that A plus B nothing but 5k. I just introduced variable k, which I am going to convert all these variables into B plus C 7k, C plus A is 6k, right? Overall, if I'm going to add them up, I can say that here I'm getting plus 2 plus, right? 2a, b and 2, right? Now, the sum of all these values that we are getting over here, 12, 12 plus 6, that is nothing, 18k. So, in short, I can write that twice of a plus b plus c can be written as 18k, right? Here we can write it as a plus b plus c is nothing but equal to. So from this one, what we got, we just simply got one equation, the format of k. Now you know that a plus b plus c is equal to 9k, where the value of a and b is nothing but equal to 5k. That means the value of this particular segment is 5k. So what value should I put over here so that it will become 9k? As 4k. We get the value of c, that is nothing 4k, right? Now here b plus c. This b plus c is nothing but equal to 7k. That means what value should I put over here? 2k. The value of a is nothing but 2. And here we are having c plus a. C plus a is 6k. That means the value of b that we got over 3k, right? Got over here is 3. Now we got the individual values. Now what we are going to do, we are just going to put these values in particular equation. Cross check. Here 2a, that means into k. From this one we can get the value of k, and once we will get the value of k, the values over here just to get the final answer. Minus 3b. B, that means k plus, or that means 4k should be equal to this is what we are having over. It will become 4k minus 9 plus 16k. This is nothing but equal to 6 as per the quotient, or we can say as per the given input. Now this will become minus 5 plus 11, that minus that means 11k is equal, and the value of k that we got over here is 6. Once we will get the value of k, we can able to get the values of that we are having. It will become 20, it will become 12, and it will become 18, right? Once we will get the value, now we can easily the values as well, or we can say the final answer, that is nothing. 4a. 4a is nothing but 4 into 12 plus 2b, that means into 18, minus here what we are having, minus 3 into 24, right? So when we are going to solve this, as we are having different values, we can say that 48 plus 30 minus 8. Here we can say that what 8, 8 and 6. That means, are we having this? That means option A is the correct one. Your option is the correct. Right? Let's move further. Next one. The next question says that the boat covers 120 kilometers downstream 6 hours, and the same boat covers 45 kilometers in 5 hours. Find the speed of the stream. Very easy one. We know that basically of the time. So downstream, that the speed of boat plus the speed of the stream, and in the upstream, that is the boat of stream, speed of boat minus speed of the stream, right? So here we know that 120 kilometers covered in the time period of 6 hours. So basically we just modified our formula and we are using this one, or we can use say that we are using this thing is equal to the boat speed of the boat of the stream, and here we are getting 20. 20 is nothing but the speed plus speed of the stream. At the same time, we are having the distance that covered in the upstream with a time period of 4.5, right? So we just remove symbol over here, decimal over here, and we will and ultimately get 10, and 10 is nothing but speed of the boat stream. So here we are having two variables and the two equation, and simply write it as 10 is nothing but, right? When we are going to add it, we will get 30 is equal, and the speed of the boat that we got over here is 15 kilometers per hour. 15 kilometers per hour. Now, once we will get the speed of the boat, we can easily able to get the speed of the stream as well, which is the 5 kilometers per hour. Nothing but the 5 kilometers per hour. So, are we having this option? Yes. Option number D is the correct. We are having our option number the correct one. The next question is that how many such pairs of digits are there in the number this one, each of which has as many digits between number as they have in the both forward and the backward direction. This one is a very easy one, and we that if we are having such kind of question, how to attempt. First, what you need to write down the number as it is as you are having. Right? This is the number that we are having. Now, you know that the biggest number that we are having, or the biggest digit that we are having over here is 9. So, we are not going to go beyond 9. So, first we are starting with 3 and we are moving in the both direction. There's nothing in the this direction. So the forward. 3, 5. We got our first pair. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No. Next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. We are just only moving side. 6, 7. No. 6, 7, 8, 9. 8, 9, 6, 7, 8. 7, 8, 9. What are another pair? Right? Next. 7. 8, 9. No. 8, 9. What are another pair? Right? Next. 5, 6, 7, 8. Are another pair. 9. No. So how many pairs we got? Here we got 4 pairs. I'm just going to check it one more time. Five, 1, 2. Just simply cross check if you are having any. 1, 2. How many pairs we are having over here? 4 pairs. That means option number, right? The next question is that someone started a business with ₹3,000. After few months, Banu joined with 5,000. If the profit at the end of the year are divided in the ratio 3, how many months did Banu work? So again, we know that in the partnership, the only concept or the only formula that we need, investment, or we can say the capital multiplied by the time period, is nothing but the profit. This is the formula that we need here, right? So how many participants we are having? We are having two persons, Aman and the second one, Banu, right? Now the question is saying that Raman invested amount of 50,000 for how many time period? For a complete year. That means we can say the for the 12 months. The capital, and this is the time period. Or you can also say it as an investment, right? Okay. Banu, he came after few months, but he invested an amount of 45,000. And right now we don't know for how many. But the profit share after a year is divided in the ratio, right? Now we can say that here what we are having, we can just eliminate these three. Here we got 10 and here we got 9, right? Are we able to eliminate something else too over here? Yes, here we are getting and here we are getting. So ultimately the profit gained by Raman over here is 3, not 4, and here we are getting a profit of 3. But as per the question, the profit of this 4 is not 4, it is 40 as per our calculation. That means it is present on the multiple. If this value is present on the multiple of 10, that means this value is also present of 10. And if it is so, that means this value will become 30. If this value is become 30, that means the value of x should be 10. That means the time period for Banu in the business is nothing but the 10 months. That means your option are correct. Here, these are the very easy questions of this. The next one. The next question is that the average age of Anil, Bala and Nirmala is 5, while the average of these three along with Dinesh and Kani 1 years. If Kani is 20 years elder than Dinesh, then what is the present of Dinesh? The question is very simple, saying that Anil plus Bala plus Nirmala. The average age is nothing but 35. So we can easily to get the total of these three. Then we can say that Anil plus Bala plus Nil is nothing but 35, which is nothing but 15, and the 1 is carried forward 105 years old, right? Now the question is saying that the average of these three along with Dinesh and Kani will become 41. That means Anil plus Bala plus Nimla plus Dinesh plus Kani is nothing but 41 into how many participants we are having? 5. That means it will become 205. Now the question is saying that if Kani is 20 years elder than Dinesh, Kani is nothing but Dinesh plus 20. And from these two equations, we can easily able to say that Dinesh plus Kani is nothing but 100. If we are going to solve these particular two equations, these three got eliminated, and when we subtract these two, we will get 100. And from this equation, we can say that Dinesh plus 20 is nothing but equals to 100. So the value, or we can say the age of Dinesh that we got is 40 years. The age of Dinesh is got that we got is 40 years. That means your option number C is the correct one. Your option number C is the correct one. This is very easy, right? Next. Okay, so the next question is saying that ratio of the income of Anil and Neela is 5:6, and the ratio of the expenditure of Anil and Neela is 4:5. If the savings of the Anil and Neela is same and the difference between the expenditure of Neela and Anil is 4,000 rupees, then find the income of Anil. Now there's a very important point over here. If you will notice this, then you can easily able to calculate the answer over here. We know that income is nothing but expenditures plus savings, or you can modify this particular formula, right? How many persons we are having? We are having two persons. The first one is Anil and the second one is Nila, right? The income ratio that we are having is 5:6, and the expenditure ratio that we are having over here is 4:5. If you will see here, the difference in between the entities of 1, and it is also saying that if the savings of the Anil and Neela is the same, and here if we will see, the savings ratio that we are getting is 1:1. Now the question is saying that the difference between the expenditure of Nila and Anil is of 4,000 rupees, but according to the ratio we are getting only a difference of 1. That means the value of this particular one is equal to the 4,000. The value of this one is equal to the 4,000. If the value of this one is equal to the 4,000, that means the whole ratio is become on the multiple of 4,000, and we only need to find out the income of Anil, which is nothing but 5 into 4,000. That means 20,000 rupees. The answer is option number B is the correct one. Option number B is the correct one, right? So very easy. Next. The next question says that if F is not the last letter of the word, it is possible to make a meaningful word using first, second, third, and the ninth letter of the word franchisee. Then which is the third letter of the word from the left end? If no such word be formed, mark the answer as X. If more than one word can be formed, mark the answer as Y. So first what we are going to do, we are just going to pick the alphabets. First, that means F. Second, R. Third, A. That means we are having F, R, A, and the ninth. 3, 3, 6, and here we are having ninth, that means E. So we want to make a meaningful word. So here we can make fair, right? We can make a meaningful word over here is fair. That means the rent, or we can say the expenses. If we are going to travel, then we need to pay some amount, right? Which is nothing but equal to the fair. So we need to find out the third letter of the word from the left hand. This is the left, first, second, third. So the letter that we are having over here is R. That means, okay, we are not having the option. So I guess there's some error in the option. The answer is over here is R. The correct answer over here is R, right? Next. Sorry. The next question is also from the concept of syllogisms. So what we need to do, we first simply need to draw the basic diagram, and after that we need to check the conclusion. So no town is a city. So no town is a city, right? All cities are state. All cities are state. Only a few states are smart. So basically, this is my basic diagram. Now, on the basis of this, I need to check my conclusion. First, some state is not town. Some state is not town. Can we say that yes, this part of city, which is common with the state, can never be a part of town? So this one is a true one. This one is a true one. No smart is a city. No smart is a city. Can we say that? No, we can't say that. So this is considered in the can't say. And in such scenario, option number A is the correct one. In such scenario, option number A is the correct one. Next. The next question says that here, this question is from the concept of coding, decoding, and we know that whenever we do have these kind of questions, we need to focus on the most common data. So the question is saying that study the following information carefully and answer the given question. In a certain code language, little finger on right is coded as this one. Ring slipped from finger is coded as this one. Little ring is lost is coded as this one. She lost everything is coded as this one. So here what we are having finger and finger over here. So the common code that we got over here is FM. So we can say that finger is coded as FM, right? The next one. The next that we are having over here is little and little, right? Apart from that, there's nothing common in the first and third one. So here we are having PT and PT. So little is coded as PT, right? Okay, so we don't want PT and we also don't want FM. So apart from 4, these 3 options are eliminated. That means option number D is the correct one, which is nothing but GM and IQ. But we are just going to determine all the codes, the possible codes that we are having over here. So the next one is ring and the ring, right? So the common code that we are having over here is IQ. For the ring, we are having IQ, right? The next one that we are having over here is lost and the lost. So for the lost, we are having GM and the GM. Lost, GM. Now, if you will see in the third code, we are only left with is and the only code that is no. So is coded as no. Is coded as no. Now, in the rest one, we can say that we are not able to determine the exact code of on and right. So we can say that for on or right, we are using either TB or AX, right? Now for the slipped and for from, we are using AT and CL, and in the last one we are having she and everything, which is coded as RV and LQ. So basically in these codes we are not able to determine the exact one, but if we are having option like this, we can easily able to get this, right? So with this one, let's wind up this lecture over here. Only we are going to discuss some more questions, but in the next lecture. Till then, keep smiling, stay safe, bye bye, and thank you so much for watching this video.